What up, YouTube? Knives and Gear Insights with another short review of a knife that I have gotten from Fred the Lug as a loaner. And like I said, thank you, Fred, for loaning me all these knives to look at. And this is, I want to keep this short on this knife here. It's a pretty basic OTF. It's ViperTec. They call this the Grey Ghost, I believe. That's what he put on the note here. It's a good action knife. For its size, it's quite heavy. It's a little thick, but don't get me wrong, it's comfortable in the hand. It's got a design that is very, very common in these Chinese companies like ViperTec, and there, I can't remember the other. Every single one of these companies ends with tech somewhere, and this design is just very common. It's kind of copied off of the Microtech Combat Troodon. I think this is like how the handle design, the shape of the handle. Okay, just the shape itself. Not all the design and everything is different on this one, but just the basic shape, except of the Troodon is a little different in the front and in the rear. But the basic elements of this knife are very, very similar to the Combat Troodon. This is a downsized version, more compact, more hand friendly. I have another OTF that I'm gonna be reviewing here as well from what is it called? What was the company called? Ravencrest Tactical, which they gave me a few OTFs of there, which that the largest of their offerings looks exactly the same. So it's, like I said, it's a very copied, a very often used design. So I'm not sure if you would consider this a clone or if you would consider this a copy. I'm not. It's not. It's a knockoff, I guess. The design itself. Um, I really do not like reviewing clones just in general because I feel like stealing somebody's design is not right. Do I like to look at clones just to see, like to get a feel? Yeah, I'm not denying I would love to see or touch some clones, like the Rosie clone, for instance, or the Rosie XL clone. Not saying I wouldn't like to touch these just to get the feel. How does this feel? Would I like the real deal? Just because they're very close in just the pure feel when you have it in your hand, to the original. I'm not saying they're by far not as high quality, but they're good for the price what you're paying. But I'm just not into buying them. But if I get the chance to look at one, I wouldn't mind to I wouldn't probably not properly put it on the channel just because of my view towards clones. But I would definitely like to look at them. But yeah, overall, like I said, I'm gonna keep this short on this one here. Oh, misfire happens. Can happen on these. They're not Microtech quality. Definitely not. So it happens. It can happen on these that they misfire occasionally. I think this is around 70, 75, maybe $80, which I think is a little high for this. Just in general, because it's just not. I don't feel like it's right. I think it would be probably properly priced at about $50, $60, maybe $50. But yeah, overall, it's a small OTF. I don't really have any OTFs to compare it to. I don't want to pull up the other OTFs that I haven't officially reviewed yet. I have unboxed them, but I haven't reviewed them. So let's just do the standard size comparisons real quick. So you can see versus the V-Knives Equibic, and the Kaiser Hawk DLC, you can see it's a very small OTF, definitely. Pocket friendly, but heavy, though. Don't forget it's heavy. We got the Tenable Fenrir here. So even if we line it up with the glass breaker, it's definitely a small thing. Same here with the CBB Hyperpulse. And the Migron Moyarl. And then here we got the little nav slenders. You can see that you got about the same blade length on both. Well, just a tad longer on the OTF, but of course a small, but very much smaller blade. And to be honest, I rather carry this in my pocket than I carry this. This might be good, you know, quick pull, self defense in if you're in a pinch, but don't forget, you know, only use when you know how to use it. I'm not saying, you know, it's difficult with OTFs, and especially, you know, some states don't allow OTFs. I'm in Arizona, so I'm not really bound by law when it comes to that. I mean, yes, there are knife laws, of course, but they're so vague, so open. You know, I can as long as I think as long as I don't run around with a samurai sword on outside on the street, nobody really cares what knife I carry here in Arizona. But yeah, definitely. I don't know if I would recommend it. Probably rather not. At least not for the price. If you want something, if you want a cheap OTF, they're decent quality. They're just not, you know, nothing special. Here you get. Let me show you the weight real quick, so you see that this is a heavy knife for this size. 4.5 ounces, so it's quite heavy. It's a chonker. But yeah, I keep, like I said, I want to keep this sweet and short. If you want to pick it up, whatever I find, I will link in the description. And that's pretty much it for today. If you like my content, please comment, like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.